welcome back to another episode, and tonight we are looking at Plantir stock. Of course, I do like to introduce new stocks to the channel now and again, and Plantir is one of those which we are doing tonight. So yeah, of course Plantir's earnings have only just come up very recently, and I think now is a perfect time to do a quick look at them, and if this video does go down well, I will do a full financial analysis on the next day, or perhaps the day after that, or some point in the very near future. So if you think you are going to enjoy this one, please do like and subscribe, because we're going to be looking at all of Plantir. We're going to be looking at what the company does, why it may be a good buy, and a few other things regarding the earnings and whatnot for the future. Right, so like I said, if you could like this video right now and subscribe, it would not be missed. Of course, if you want to come and join us on Discord, where we're going to talk about all kinds of stocks, absolutely feel free to. Link is in the description, and it's just a great place to be. So thank you if you do come over there, and I will see you there. So let's have a quick look at the stock price over the past few days. We're going to start off on the 6-month period. And if we look out this period, we are seeing the start point of 720 on Wednesday the 30th of September. This is according to Google, all of this information, and we've basically been slowly building up on this stock for a very long time, but we have actually been seeing extreme levels of growth around this point, which is from the 2nd of November, perhaps even earlier than that, from the 23rd of October, and we have basically gone up about 80% since then, a bit more even, so not bad at all for a few months. And I'm sure a lot of people, that's even less than a month, I'm sure a lot of people could be wondering, is this a good stock to buy right now? So we're going to be looking at what the company does and how the market might grow in the future. So yeah, on the 1 month we are still up. This is where we saw the most of the growth, or at least the quickest of that growth, with about a 71% gain in just a matter of a few days, about 15 days, I would say. If I got my maths correct, we saw this big gain. Not bad at all. 5-day, we saw a big gain on the 1 day. This was on Monday, so this gain actually put us up about 12% on the day. Not bad at all. Let's go out to the 1 day though, see how we are doing over there, and we are quite positive on this as well. Starting off the day on, what were we on, 16.30, ended up on about $18. Not bad at all, and I believe this market is still trading right now. However, it should have closed by the time the video does come out. So yeah, let's have a look at what the company actually does. So according to Vox, Plantir specializes in gathering and collecting and analyzing data, most of which it does for the government agencies, and it has about 1.5 billion in federal government contracts alone, including recently with the Space Force and the Navy. So honestly, this is potentially big stuff, because if they are on side with the government, they're in a good position to start off with. I believe this only went public earlier this year, so not bad at all to see for this company. Honestly, being in partnership with the government, great thing to see. Of course, if they could get themselves in partnerships with a few other governments around the world, that could probably be a good thing for the company as well, but we'll just have to see how this one goes on. Anyway, let's have a look at the actual market size for this, segment. And of course, this market sector is apparently worth 8.5 billion in 2017 alone, and of course this is going to be growing. They're saying it's looking at 40 billion by 2023, and if you think about this logically, it just makes more sense, doesn't it, as we have a lot more data to process, as a lot more things do go online, especially at the minute with everything being online anyway, and just the fact that data is going to grow in the future anyway, because we got to store everything that we have now, and we have to analyze everything which we are going to get in the future. On top of that, files are becoming a lot more complex. I mean, if you look back in the day, I know it's a bit of a stupid, example, but back in the day when like iPhones, for example, used to be 8 gigabytes, and now they're like 256, and you're basically storing only a few more apps. So it just goes to show how things do expand over time, and how data does become more crucial as things go on, as we need to store larger files and whatnot. So yeah, potentially a great company there. So the moral of the story, I know I ranted a bit there about old technology, but the moral of the story basically is, if they can capture a bit more of this market sector of 40.6 billion in 2023 projected, they are going to be gathering a huge amount of money and subsequently forcing up the price. So what I've also got for us down here is we're going to have a quick look at the earnings, and this is of course again according to Google. We'll give these a proper rundown when we have that analysis video, like I said, but here we are looking at the EPS. So the EPS was expected to be 0.3, it actually came out as 0.6. This was a positive surprise of 145.25, and that is a great thing to see. So revenue for this quarter was expected to be 279.32 million, and in actuality it was 289.37. It's funny how that was just slightly over 10 million off. However, it is still a surprise of 3.6%. And of course, this is positive, and this has probably got a lot to do with the rise which we have seen recently, as the company did well. Let's give them credit, they did well. You know, they've made a profit in this quarter three. Let's have a look at their quarters before if we can. Okay, apparently we can't. I'll do that in the next video. But honestly, having made a profit in this quarter is just a great thing to see. So if this does continue, and if they continue to land some great contracts in the future, it's absolutely possible that they could continue to see growth like this. Of course, with the governments funding them, they kind of have a good backing. So yeah, what do I think to this stock so far? Of course, I'm going to give you my opinion in the analysis video, but for this one I'm just going to say yes, this is probably a buy. However, I would not personally expect to see big growth like this, constantly, because I think that the main driving factor is kind of over, as I think a lot of people would have been banking on the quarter three earnings being positive. They were positive. I think that's why a lot of people did increase the share price, subsequently buying into it, being happy seeing these results. Anyway, so if you have a differing opinion, feel free to come and tell me on Discord, or just leave a comment. I will basically answer all the comments that I can as well. And of course, if you're on Discord, I will definitely answer you. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your time.